Welcome to Underqualified and Over It. I am your host, Alice, and joining me as always is Cindy.
Hello.
In this podcast, we are over-opinionated and unfortunately allowed to talk. So sit back, lower your expectations, and let's get into it. Oof. It is so hot.
I feel like it's so hot outside, you're literally talking slower.
Yeah. I feel that. Like, my brain is not working as fast as it usually does.
Yeah.
It's very strange. Also, hi guys. We have our new VTubers. So we have actual
something for you to look
visual
at.
representation.
And we look exactly like this. Hey.
Nah.
My cat was clawing. This is what I'm worried about, right? I'm worried that the mouth is going to start moving whenever my cats are doing some wild, heinous shit. And because one of my cats just came up next to me and started clawing at the box. I'm like, hey, don't make my mouth move, damn it.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Honestly, they look so good. I'm so excited. I actually thought this was going to be like potentially a couple more episodes into the future. I didn't realize like how close it was to being finished completely.
Honestly,
and it looks so good.
I mean, I literally slap banged this overlay together today.
Yeah, that's fair.
Just because I had like artistic inspiration going on.
Hell yeah. We love that.
Yeah, because what I did was, so the icon at the top, I redesigned our logo, so it was like half and half because of our colorations with the PNGTubers. Yeah. And I was like, you know what? I'ma just do that for the background. Because I had a look into a lot of different podcasts and how they have their layouts and stuff. And I was like, you know what? Yeah, we're gonna do this.
Why not?
Why not? So I designed this in Canva and on Procreate using the same color scheme as the logo.
Oh, yeah.
And just used a spray paint brush.
Hell yeah.
And just went for it.
I was telling...
And then all I did was...
Go ahead.
And then all I did was chop it in half, copy and paste... Oh no, I duplicated the canvas. I then split them both in half on each side. Yeah. And then with your side, I just changed the hue and saturation.
Oh, right, okay.
Of the colours. And then what I did was, after I'd taken off the colourful side, or the one half of it, I dragged and dropped that on top of the other one.
Oh, okay.
And then it made that.
Sick.
It was like super simple.
Honestly, I love it.
And then I dragged it. Over to Canva. Then I put 2 green boxes on so we could chroma key them. And then I found this pink border for mine. And then I could recolor it. So I just recolored it grey. Nice. And then the same thing for the little boxes underneath that have our names. I did mine in pink and then just duplicated it, turned it grey. There you go.
I feel like you make it sound so much simpler than it actually would be for somebody who has no idea what the fuck they're doing, like myself. We were talking a little bit as we were getting everything set up for today. And I did mention to you, it does kind of like the background kind of reminds me of like a marble kitchen like worktop, and I was like, this is like, that would be the marble worktop that you would have in your kitchen versus mine 100%.
Yeah,
but I love it. I think it looks so good. And it looks better than just having a picture up. That's for damn sure.
It really does, yeah. And I think the way of like especially PNG, the way that PNG tubing is going at the minute with how popular it is, having a PNG podcast out there is something that I don't think a lot of people are doing.
Oh, yeah, I guess
so. It's an extremely niche market.
That's fair enough.
And I think that's kind of like what we wanted to have, is to delve into the nicheties.
Yeah. It is my first go around with anything PNG avatar kind of tuber thing. So this is a whole new market to me entirely. I've always ever like had a camera on or not have a camera on. Like it's never been any in between. So this is completely different to me. And now that I see the character that you've created, I'm like, that might be my new profile photo for like literally everything. I actually might change like all of my profile photos just because you captured my essence so well, because this is how I feel every day. I feel like right now I'm excited, so I sound a lot more like up and positive, but generally on a day-to-day basis, and you know this from firsthand experience, that is my vibe 100%.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So
yeah,
this is so cool.
And also, it's another thing is, because you have the avatar now, I can always like when you want to get back into streaming, like games and stuff, I can always just make a copy with your Twitch logo for the cup, and you can do that instead of being on camera.
Honestly, I might do at some point. I actually was thinking about this. I was like, what if I was doing like cooking streams and stuff like that? Like, and I did like a POV cooking stream, but then had like, because then I can like hook a mic up and everything, and then have like a little character that's not just, you know, so you're not just looking at my hands or whatever. I don't know. I really want to get back into it eventually, but I don't know.
Yeah. There's quite a lot of the 2D VTubers that do that. I don't know whether there's many of the PNG tubers that do it, but I know that a lot of the 2D ones do. But getting into like proper 2D rigging is so much. I understand why they are so much money.
Yeah.
So with these guys, it's literally 4 images. And it's a lot easier to make these guys than it is to make the big, fully rigged 70 to 300 layers of shite. That you have to animate each layer singularly and all of that.
It's almost like how like the old Disney films used to do their animation, is what it probably is like, where they would literally take the page and flip it back and forth for those like little micro movements of the animation.
Yeah, sort of.
That's what it seems like to me, like modern day flip animation kind of thing.
Yeah, it is kind of. It's so complicated. I looked into it when I was first starting out, when I was doing VTubing. And everyone was like, oh yeah, go do 2D VTubing, this, that, and the other, blah, 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 blah. And then I looked into it, and then the program that everybody uses is one of those where you've got to pay for a certain amount of money every single month. You can't just buy out the program,
that sucks.
Which really irritates me. And then I found out about 3D VTubers, which they're not as popular as the 2D ones, but they're easier to make in my opinion, because you don't have to rig anything. It's already pre-rigged, especially if you use VTube Studio. Is it VRoid Studio? That's the one that I use. And then all I do is take the templates for all of the assets. I take them off of that program, put them into Kirita, or you can use Photoshop or whatever, and I design stuff. either that, or if I'm looking for a quick costume or something, I will go on to Booth. Booth is a phenomenal website where they're just doing, there's a lot of assets that you can use for your VTubers that are free.
Yeah.
That's where I got like my pirate outfit and everything.
You know what you should do is, obviously we should link all of these things that you use below, but we should also put up something of like, because you do VTubing, but you have a completely different character for that. You should like show them like maybe put like a snippet of like you, like, because I know you designed it in what's the name of the
V-Roid Studio.
Yeah, so take that and like put like a little video together of like you showing like the everything of it, because it's a really cool character.
Yeah, I mean, if there's enough like want for it, I'll put on this. I'll do a specific takeaway video that's not part of the podcast, and I'll put up a tutorial video if anybody's interested in it.
Hell yeah, that would be really cool.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm because this is so new to me. I think I'm like I'm like overly excited about it, because obviously I know how long you've been working on these PNGs, and it's been a decent amount of time. I think you started them like maybe when we were on like episode 4 or 5. And so you've been working on them for a hot minute. And so people don't realize like you've been working on these for literal months now. And so I'm over here like, this is so cool. But
yeah, a lot of people don't understand how much time and effort goes into making these things. So yeah, a lot of people are like, oh yeah, I want an avatar, I want a PNGTuber. Like, I've done commissions in the past, like you know, and I've had some really terrible experiences doing commissions. So I've told them, because obviously I do other things in my life than like just digital art and stuff like that. I mean, I do digital art, but I do other things. Like, I've got the podcast, I've got my own streaming that I do, company. And then obviously I've got my company that I'm starting, and then obviously I've got to do the tidying the house, going food shopping, and having a shower
as well. Yeah, you do,
and writing as well, because the ADHD
lot of stuff. To be fair, like, you do have.
What was it that I sent you the other day? That I'm not a jack of all trades. Oh, I'm a hoe of many hobbies.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that.
So brilliant.
I love that so much. I am a hoe of many hobbies.
And then, of course, now you and I have like picked up reading a lot more recently.
Yeah.
Which I think altogether in the time, because we just spent 2 weeks together. And I think we read a total of 15 books between the two of us, and some 15 or 20 books.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Because that was awesome. And I'm curious what you think of the Raven King, but I know you haven't started it, but we'll talk about that later. And I like how I told you, like, hey, bring these books with you so that I can make a TikTok with them, and then I didn't.
Make TikToks with them.
I completely forgot to do that, so that's fine. Whatever. It's not that big of a deal. Oh, man.
Another thing that's really weird about the PNGTuber, because obviously it's got like this little like automatic wiggle thing that we've set. I don't have to animate the thing.
Oh, would you have to? That would be something that you would have to add in.
No. So it's so nice to be sat still.
Oh, yeah. Without like the tracking.
And just talk. Because the way that the 3D one works is it tracks my face, and I have to move quite like energetically. Yeah. So by the end of stream, I'm knackered because you have to like move and everything, because it doesn't track like when you're breathing and stuff. So you have to make the character look alive when it's 3D.
That sounds like a lot. No, actually, I did see somebody. She was like, she's like a 3D VTuber, and she has to animate her face so much. And she did like a stream showing like, you know, she had like a live camera, but then she had her avatar up as well. And she was showing like how much she has to make the facial expressions, how like animated she has to be. And people were like, you have to do that the entire stream? And she was like, yup. Every time, if I want it to be like I'm surprised or happy, I have to like, and her eyebrows are like touching her like hairline, and I'm like, bro, I look at what you designed for me. Does it look like I have the energy to do that? Absolutely not. I could not give a fuck less to do that. But this I'm chill with.
So yeah, mine on my 3D avatar. I have it on the most basic stuff. So I don't have expressions, but it does follow my blink pattern. And I think it changes my eyebrows as well. It follows my eyebrows as well, but I think that's about it. But like to make sure that I'm moving and like looking like the character's breathing and stuff like that, I have to kind of like bob my head a lot.
Yeah. That sounds like a lot of work. I'll stick to the PNGTubers. That seems about more my speed, honestly.
Yeah. You kind of get into the habit of doing like the snake charmer movement with your head.
Okay.
And then I end up doing that all the way through, and then it just moves her ever so slightly, so it's one of them. So I end up with a really sore neck. I'm gonna have to get myself one of those like neck massages that you put over, and it just like rolls in, because I end up with like really big knots in my shoulders because of how much I'm moving my neck.
Yeah. But hey, maybe one day, if the podcast decides that it wants to take off and like skyrocket and actually make us some money, we'll do that at some point in the very distant future.
Oh, what? And we go 3D?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Maybe.
Right now, I'm content with what we have. I'm glad we have any visuals, and I think they look amazing. So.
So do I. I think they look so good.
It is going to be interesting in like post-production of the podcast, seeing like how that will all figure itself out, because it's going to be we've kind of gotten into a system with all of the editing and everything that we do to like get an episode out. Like we have maintained it's not been a consistent schedule. However, it has been a schedule. We haven't missed anything. We did put one episode out late and one episode out early in the time since we've started this. But other than that, we really have been fairly consistent getting everything out on time. And it'll be very interesting to see how much having these PNGTubers and avatars is going to change like the post-production, because now we have like visual quality that we have to worry about that we literally didn't have to worry about before. And so, yeah, it's definitely going to be a different type of post-production for sure.
Oh yeah, but it's one of those, we've got to learn everything anyways.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a good thing. It's going to be another good skill to have.
Yeah, for sure. And like, I mean, you could see like how quickly, when we were getting everything set up today, how quickly I caught on to like, so when you were visiting me, we were talking, you were trying to describe how it's all going to come together. And I just was not following whatsoever. I was like, I don't know what the hell she's talking about. But then once I got the first bit figured out, I was like, oh, and I was basically able to set mine up entirely on my own. But yeah, it's definitely been a learning curve. But that's the other thing, is both of us have done like video editing and streaming and content creation for such a long time that it kind of all just kind of clicks together. And now you are dealing with some audio issues, which are the bane of my existence. So we'll get to do some troubleshooting on that end at some point.
Yeah, we're gonna have to. We need to do that by Sunday, because we need to get it fixed for windrows on Sunday.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
We need to get that fixed.
Well, we'll get it sorted.
It might be a case...
Like, either, like, probably not today, but probably, like, tomorrow, the next day, we'll get it sorted. It'll be fine.
Yeah, because it'll probably just be a case of doing some Googling and YouTube videos and be like, how we fix this? Because I don't know how.
Yeah,
please
that's
help.
the thing with audio issues for me is when you have a specific error that comes up and you disappear into the forums of other people who have had this issue with no resolve. And you're like, you see somebody posted in like a forum like 5 years ago and they're like, I have the same issue, blah, 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 whatever. And you see that nothing has been done to fix it. You can't figure out how to fix it. So you are then forced to like brute force it or figure it out yourself. Because honestly, I think the issue that you're probably having is going to be a case of uninstalling and reinstalling and like restarting your computer. And honestly, after getting everything set up for the podcasting today, we were kind of just like, fuck it. Let's just not.
Yeah.
I also...
We'll fix it in post, basically.
We'll fix it in post. It'll be fine. Whatever.
And with that...
I like how you can see that the sun is setting and you can see it slowly starting to creep up my camera and you can see eventually it's gonna get to my eyeballs and you can see how bright it is. Oh man.
Yeah, I've closed my curtains.
Yeah, I should have done that before we start. I didn't realize what time it is, but that's fine. Whatever, we'll get it figured out.
It's fine.
I'll just suffer.
But we'll sort it out in post.
I don't think my eyeballs can be sorted out in post, if I'm totally honest.
Oh. Oops.
Ugh. I started drinking decaf because I was trying to like be more concerned with my health and stuff. And there are positives and negatives to it. Positives being I can drink 2 pots of coffee and it's not as, not going to make me like super, super fucking wired, which half the time it doesn't, half the time it doesn't anyways, because caffeine affects me weird.
Yeah.
But it's just like, it tastes so bad. It tastes like watered down coffee. It's so bad. It doesn't taste like coffee. It tastes like what coffee, like water pretending to be coffee. It's like skim milk.
Yeah. I feel the same with like cordials. So I went and when I got back and we went shopping, I went and got some like cheap cordial because I was like, oh, we don't have much money at the minute till the end of the month. So I'll just get a cheap cordial instead of getting like my iced tea and stuff that I usually get. And the cheapest one was a sugar-free one.
Okay.
That luckily didn't have aspartame in it because I checked. I brought it home, had a few drinks of it, and I was like, this tastes like poop. And I was also getting headaches as well. I was like, it doesn't have aspartame in it, though. I'm very confused.
Remind me, cordial is like, it's like juice concentrate that you... Okay, yeah. So we call that diluting juice up here.
All right, a diluting juice, yeah.
We always get the sugar-free version, but we get like the 4x strength.
Yeah, so I got it was an extra strong one. And also, the one that I bought, I didn't like the taste of it anyway. Like, it was raspberry and something else. And I thought, oh, I'm going to like that because I like raspberry. And then I had it, I drank it. I was like, I couldn't get the right, like, juice to water ratio.
Right, okay.
And it was just annoying me. So then yesterday, because it was so hot, I was like, right, sod it. I'm going to the shop. I'm going to take a tenner to the shop. And then, like, obviously today we went to cash converters and stuff with some bits and pieces. And I was like, right, I'm going to the shop. I'm going to get myself an energy drink. So I got myself a Red Bull. I got the new citrusy one. It was very nice. And then I got a different diluting juice.
Right.
Which was a peach one. And it was the peach and barley one. And I know that I like those ones. And that one was fine. Because with those ones, you can put, like, a teeny tiny bit of it in, and then the rest of it be water. And it tastes fine, because Virus was making... That's my other half. He was making me the drinks. And he was like, oh, is that enough for you? So I tried it, and I was like, oh yeah, that's perfect. He was like, I only put a tiny bit in. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's fine.
Fair enough.
And it was lovely. But I was like, today, when we went down to cash converters, we took a saw ring that we don't use and got a tenner for that. And I was like, I want a bubble tea.
There you go.
I went and got bubble tea.
Color me shocked.
And then we took down... we took down 2 graphics cards and a number of RAM cards as well, because we've both had upgrades to our PCs, so we've got extra crap lying around. I was like, well, do you know what? We might as well go and see how much we can get for them. And we managed to get a decent amount of money. So I was like, right, okay, cool. So we went, and I went and got a 4-pack of Mango Locos. I got some more iced tea. I got some ice cream, and I got some salad stuff for night.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I went to...
And then we shouldn't. And then we shouldn't have to go back out to, like, do shopping until Thursday now, because I've got salad for tonight, and then I'm going to cook up the shrimp fried rice and put it in the fridge tonight as well. So that's ready for tomorrow. And we can have that cool.
Yeah.
If we want, which is good.
Yeah, I went to little, like, yesterday? I think it was yesterday. And I saw that they had green beans there, and like the fresh green beans. And I was like, that sounds good. Because I was obviously I watch a lot of cooking videos. I like to cook. I like to watch people cook. I like to eat food. It's my thing. And I went and saw these green beans, and I had just watched a recipe of somebody making like green beans with like salmon. I have got to get into the habit of eating more oily fish because it's just so good for you. I didn't grow up eating fish, so I'm not used to it. I'm not used to having like good fish on top of that. I lived in Oklahoma. Like, I had to get fish like shipped across the country, and this is before all of like the fast like shipping and everything there is now. Like, this is back when it's like, no, it's getting caught in, on the East Coast, or it's getting caught on the coast, and then it's being driven cross country to you. And hopefully, after being frozen for 5 days, it's still fine. Like, that was kind of like the fish that I grew up with. And so I haven't gotten into the system of, eating fish on a regular basis, even though I know I need to. But that being said, I got chicken instead.
That makes more sense now, because we were having a conversation yesterday. We were having a conversation yesterday because it started off talking about Ren fairs, and then because we're planning a road trip in America when we have the money for it and all that good stuff. And I said how TikTok has been basically summoning me to Red Lobster.
Yeah.
And then you were like, oh, Red Lobster's kind of shite.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh.
And then you were like...
I was like, well, what's good then? But that we were also talking about Ren fairs. So I was like, oh, well, is it good? Because you were saying how about the Ren fair that was in your town and stuff. And I was like, is it good? And then she goes, the Ren fair or Red Lobster? And I was like, I sent her the gif of both.
Both is good.
Both is good. And then she replied, you're asking a girl from Oklahoma recommendations on seafood.
Honestly, it's like I sent that, and immediately I was like, is that too bitchy? And I was like, nah, she's fine. But now it makes sense why you didn't respond to that, because I don't think you responded to it.
I don't think I did either. I was just like, I thought I did, but I mustn't have. It's like one of those when you read a text message and you think you sent the text back and you haven't, and then like Yeah, you're responding your head.
Yeah.
I was just sat there laughing my ass off.
Because honestly, like, so if we were going on, because we're trying to go from Orlando all the way up to Washington State. And we're gonna go through all of like the Rockies, and we're gonna see the Grand Canyon and do a bunch of like ghost hunting stuff and whatever. But we're gonna be going through New Orleans. Now, one thing I can tell you, having lived in Baltimore, is we need to find a place that does a good crawfish boil. Because that is so good. It's so good. And obviously there's a difference between like that in Maryland and that in New Orleans. But like,
yeah,
like New Orleans is going to have like good like Cajun seafood. So I'm personally very much looking forward to the food on our trip. And then we'll go through Texas.
I am also looking forward to the food on our trip because I'm a massive foodie. You're a massive foodie.
Oh yeah, big time.
Our entire road trip, which we are gonna like try to film quite a bit of as well, which will probably be put onto here.
Yeah, we'll see. Depends on how much I can be asked.
Depends on how good quality we get. It might just be like outtakes and little TikToks, so it might be on our TikTok.
Yeah, probably.
Eventually. But yeah, I think if we're going for like New Orleans style crawfish stuff, I am gonna have to get there and look the waiter dead ass in the eye and go, listen, I am a white lady from England. I can't do much spice. Help me.
And then I'll be like, put her spice on mine.
Yeah,
because I primarily like spicy, like, you know, Korean food and stuff. Which, to be fair, not all Korean food is spicy, but like I'm so used to eating spice, I don't know what's spicy for other people anymore. So if we're sitting at a table and I order something, and somebody asks me, "Is it spicy?" I'm not the person to ask. I'm very much the person that you don't want to ask, because my answer is probably going to be, especially in this country, my answer is probably going to be no. Because something I've noticed a lot of menus up here in Scotland, like they will have like a little chili pepper next to the things that are spicy, blah, 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 whatever. And there has only been one time in the like 2 and some change years that I've been living here, there's only been one time that I've ordered something spicy, and it's actually been spicy. And that was when we did like an Indian curry takeaway. And it was like they had like 5 levels of spicy, and I got level number 4 or something. And it was actually decently spicy. I actually don't think I was able to finish it in completion in one sitting. But
yeah,
every time I go to a restaurant, I look less at what the food is that I'm ordering, and I look at the spiciness of what I'm ordering, and I go based off of that every time without fail. Other than that one outlier, it is never spicy to me. Like, not even a kick kind of thing. And I'm like, they are lying to me. This is bullshit. I wanted spicy.
It's like, I don't do spice. But you know when we ordered that Chinese, and I was just like, oh yeah, I will have crispy chili beef, please. I was expecting you to be like, hang on a second, you're ordering spicy food. No. What are you doing?
See, but to me, it's like,
you don't like spicy food.
It just doesn't register. I don't think it doesn't register to me as spicy anymore. I think it's like, yeah, it's not going to be spicy, so I'm not worried about it.
And to be quite honest, I know that you and Kenny both didn't enjoy whatever you got from that Chinese. But that is the best spicy crispy chili beef I've had in a very long time.
At least we know they do one thing right.
So good. So good.
No, the thing with the dish that I ordered was because I got a pineapple and onion with duck dish, and the duck was fine, the sauce was fine, But when I was eating there was like, first of all, there was like 3 pieces of duck, which for an entire container that size, you would hope that there would be more. So majority of it, which I'm not completely miffed about, other than like I'm paying for the duck. I want there to be a decent amount of it. The pineapple bits that they put in it was like pretty much all core of the pineapple. There was a few bits that were like the actual like fruity kind of area, but the majority of it was like crunchy like core bits, which I didn't enjoy. But then again, it's edible. It's fine. Whatever. It was just kind of like, oh, disappointing. Then the onion, that was the part that actually made me have to spit it out. It was sour. Like, it was not cooked properly. And there was also, it hadn't been peeled properly because I was chewing on a bit of onion. And the first thing that struck me was how sour it was. And then the second part was it was not breaking down as I was chewing it. And so I pulled it out of my mouth and it was literally a piece of skin. Like they had just chopped the entire onion up and just thrown it in, which that was kind of the thing that like pushed me over the edge. Just like, I wish there was more duck, but it still tastes good. I wish, they had more of the fruity pineapple bits, but it's still edible. It's fine, whatever. But then once I got to the onion and it was sour, that was the thing, is like, it wasn't even like the skin bit that was the worst part. It was it being sour, because that to me was like, this is, first of all, this is a sweet onion by the color of it. It's supposed to be a sweet onion. Why is it sour? And that to me is like, how are they prepping the onion? Because whatever they're doing is not right, because this tastes like it was rotting, basically. It still had crunch to it, but it was like, this doesn't, like, either it had been sitting out or it had been like fermenting in something. Like it tasted wrong. It was like, I cannot finish this. But I will say the fried rice was really, really good. Their fried rice was really good.
See, whenever I get Chinese, the only time that I actually eat the vegetables that comes with the item is when I get half a aromatic crispy duck.
Okay.
Because it comes with your spring onions and the cucumber. And that is the only time that I eat vegetables in a Chinese.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like that's a very British thing to just not eat the veg that comes with a lot of the takeaways here. It's something that strikes me. It also strikes me that a lot of people, when something comes with like a side salad, that just gets cast off to the side as well, like it doesn't exist.
Oh yeah,
I'm
definitely.
like, okay. Well, I guess I will eat
the only time that I will eat stuff that is like vegetables in something is if I've ordered some form of kebab.
Okay.
And it comes with the salad inside of it.
Gotcha.
But I refuse to have doner kebab.
Okay.
Because I really hate the fact that it's on that spit all day.
Yeah.
And it's the fact of, like, flies and stuff land on it.
Yeah.
I just don't think it's healthy. It's not, like, sanitary.
Yeah, I mean, I can understand that. There's definitely some restaurants that I've been to that I'm like, I don't know if I would eat that personally, because of my own. I mean, I literally wear gloves whenever I'm prepping any form of meat. It doesn't matter what kind of meat it is. 9 times out of 10, I'm putting on a pair of gloves before I touch that shit, because I just personally don't like I don't like the feel of meat. I don't like the feeling of it on my fingers. I don't like it getting under my nails. I don't like having to wash the fats and grease off, even though I know it's totally normal. Then all I have to do is wash my hands. But then we also didn't have hot water for how long, so I was having to wash my hands in cold water, which then I felt like wasn't actually clean. But no, I mean, I get that. When I was living in Japan, there was a restaurant that I went to that they have these big, they look like huge mosquitoes, but they're not mosquitoes. They actually eat mosquitoes. I forget what the actual name of the bug is, but I remember I ordered a fried rice dish and I was just eating it and there was one of those bugs in it, which then I was like, oh, that's kind of gross. Because they probably had their windows in the kitchen or whatever open and one of them flew in, whatever. But I've gotten to a point in my life where if there's specific things wrong with food, I won't eat it. Like if something tastes rotted, if there is a fingernail, which has also happened in the past, that kind of stuff will bother me. But then there's other stuff like bugs, and like if I find a hair in my food or whatever, like that stuff actually doesn't bother me as much. If I find a hair in my food, I'm just picking it out and I'm going to continue to eat. It doesn't bother me. But if I find a bug, again, I'm just picking it out and continuing to eat, because I realize like there's actually not that much unhealthy about eating bugs. Like they're a really good source of protein. There's this flour made from, I think it's like cockroaches or something. And it's like, it tastes just like regular flour, but it's like high protein, and they make crisps from it and all sorts of different stuff. And I think it's honestly, as like UK US kind of thing, to not eat bugs, because that's outside of our culture quite a bit. But in other areas of the world, it's very, very common. And I think the more I expose myself to that, the more I'm like, oh yeah, that's fine. You know, it doesn't bother me as much.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, some of my favorite meats are from the spittle. Like I really love a tacos al pastor, which is like a Caribbean pork citrus taco. And they have the kebab where they like shave it off and everything.
Right.
So it's very similar to that. I don't think I've ever actually had doner kebab. So
it's not great.
yeah,
It's not all that everybody says it is. To be honest, it's not great. It's one of those foods. It's definitely one of those foods that's a staple over here, mostly due to the fact of people will buy it when they are absolutely blackout drunk and they're craving saltiness. When you're craving the fatty, salty goodness, that is the best thing to have.
Yeah.
Because it's got all of the good things that you need, that you are craving when you are like drunk.
Yeah, fair enough.
Personally, mine is a pizza with like a pepperoni pizza or a barbecue pizza. That's my go-to. Or some cheesy ass curly fries.
Interesting.
I love me some cheesy curly fries.
I crave whenever I get to that point. It's something I haven't had in years. I always want it, but I can never get it because it's only ever in Okinawa, and it's called taco rice. And it's literally a bed of fried rice with like mince that's been seasoned with like taco seasonings, but also like soy sauce and stuff. Like it's so good. And it's so sloppy and messy, and it reheats really well, so you can eat half of it while you're like stumbling your way back home, and then throw the rest of it in the fridge, and then you have it for breakfast the next morning. Cause we're classy.
It's like I really want to get to Japan at some point, and Korea and South Korea. I want to get there as well.
Yeah, well, I assumed South probably.
There's so much food that I want to try. Honestly, like every single holiday plan that I have revolves around food.
I feel like that's half true. I feel like half of your plans revolve around food and half of your plans revolve around Disney theme parks.
And spooky shit.
So a third of each.
But also, actually, so when we start our road trip, the plan is probably not even going into Disney.
Yeah, no, I'm
going to Universal.
Yeah, which I'm pretty stoked
and
about.
One of the main reasons that I want to go back to Universal is because I am craving the French onion soup in the Paris area of Epic.
Yeah.
The Ministry of Magic of Paris area of Epic. That soup was so good.
I'll have to give it a shout. I have to figure. I am pretty excited about all the different foods that we're gonna have on that trip. I think the things that like my travel plans mostly revolve around is half food and then half scenery a lot of the time, which is why I'm not really drawn to a lot of the big cities and stuff. Like, I'm not really, I don't give a shit if I could die and never go to New York and be completely fine. Like, I lived in Baltimore, close enough. Like, I don't need to see more rectangular boxes, especially in America where a lot of the construction is very, very similar to each other. It's a little different here in the UK with buildings have a bit more of an aesthetic feel
variety
to them because they've been around for so much longer.
Yeah.
But it's also at the same time, it's like, do I really want to go visit a place? Like, my mom really wants to go down to London, and she wants to go to Buckingham Palace, and she wants to go do all like the touristy stuff. And that's good and fine. I have zero interest whatsoever in doing that. But she's gonna make me go with her. So, you know, it is what it is.
Can I come?
Yeah, you can come. I don't give a shit. Because she's also inviting one of her friends. She's like, oh, are you okay if I bring my friend blah, blah, blah? And I'm like, yeah, that's fine. I don't give a shit. This is your trip, Mom. I don't care. The only place that I ever want to go see is the Baker Street where Sherlock Holmes is supposed to be from. That's the literal only thing in London that I give a shit about.
Oh, we'll go find Fleet Street as well.
Okay.
Sweeney Todd.
Yeah, I figured I was gonna say Edward Scissorhands, and I was like, that's wrong. I know that's wrong.
That's the right actor, wrong movie.
Yeah. Did you see all of that stuff coming up about the like Johnny Depp, Amber Heard stuff, like where people are now taking her side over his?
What?
Yeah, I don't know. It's
crazy.
something that's been popping up on my For You page where people are like, I was Amber Heard all the way and I've just been proven right, blah, 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 whatever. I have no idea what's happened and why people are dredging it back up. But what I do think about
might have to look into that.
is I stepped on a bee.
Stepped on a bee. I consistently think about the mega pint of wine. Because honestly, if it was a mega pint of sangria, give it
honestly,
over. I love a sangria.
Sangria is pretty good. My sister actually made her own sangria for like a house party she was having at one point. It was pretty good. It was like a autumn themed sangria with like all sorts of like dried stuff in it. Oh, like, all right, so potpourri can be multi-purpose, I guess. You look like you're melting.
Very nice. I am melting. It's so hot right now.
The sun being like right on my face right now is not helping.
I think I've got a weather thing. Hang on, I've got a weather thing on my phone. Not showing me the weather. It is 30 degrees C.
Oh, see? It's 23 degrees here. Completely different.
Dang. But that's the thing. 30 degrees C over here is completely different to 30 degrees C on holiday.
Yeah, because I feel like most of the places you guys go on holiday, actually people have aircon. Like, or airflow.
And there's also a pool.
Yeah.
And there is also, most of the time, because I'm bougie as fuck, there is also a limitless supply of alcohol being provided.
Beverage.
In cocktail form.
I took my mom to Cancun one time because I was going on like a work trip, and she fell in love with these, what were they? Chocolate mudslides. And she was like, these are so good. And I was like, Mom, you're gonna get fucking tilted on those.
So when we went to Cancun, we went to a hotel that had like a 24-hour bar. So we were always in there. And they used to do a drink. It was a shot, and it was green, and then they put like a swirl of chocolate sauce on the top, and it was called a shit on the grass.
That's hilarious.
And it was freaking awesome. I do not know what was in it, but it tasted amazing. And all me and my dad would do is go straight into the bar, and then they were like, "Oh, shit on the grass." We were like, rock 10 of them up. Bomb, 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 bomb. Cheers.
I feel like at our age, we've kind of gotten past the like going out and doing that thing, because one, it's really expensive when you go do that. We are at the age of, we go to an all-inclusive resort or a booze cruise, and that's where we do that.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh man, I've never been on a cruise, but I think that I could be convinced.
Oh, I've been on a cruise. I love cruises, but I'd want to go on an all-inclusive one. The cruise that we went on, we had to have like drinks vouchers, and they were like extra that you had to pay on top.
That's really annoying.
So I'd rather pay a big amount to go on a cruise and have everything all included than to get to the cruise and be like, oh yeah, by the way, you have to pay for drinks packages.
Yeah, that sounds like it sucks, honestly. I would rather just go to an all-inclusive resort, because, like...
Same, actually.
Like, I feel like I wouldn't mind a cruise. If I was going on a cruise, I would want it to be stopping in, like, multiple ports or whatever. Like, I don't think I would really enjoy, like, an open ocean cruise, because then I feel like that kind of defeats the purpose. I would be totally cool with, like, sailing around the world on, like, a small ship that has nothing to do. But on a cruise where they've got, like, pools and water slides and, like, all this different stuff, it's like, what's the point? Just go to a resort. Like, at that point, you may as well. Plus, everything that's been coming out about cruises nowadays, and like the one where everybody got sick on it, and then there's been another one where everybody got sick on it. And I'm just like, yeah, you know what? I think I'm cool not doing that. I feel like if I went on a cruise, I would want one of the rooms where it's like underwater, and then I would stay in my room the whole time. Because I like the ocean.
Well, I mean, none of the actual cruise rooms are underwater. Like the guest rooms, all of the staff rooms are, but the guest ones aren't. You get a porthole or you get a balcony.
Well, that's what I mean, like with the porthole where you see like the water coming up over it and everything. Yeah. Like that would be fun. But that's because, but see, that's the thing, is I would want that to happen, but I would also want there to be a storm. I would want Poseidon to rain his wrath upon us. And not everybody's for that kind of thrill, I guess.
Oh, you know, like you were surprised how I slept through a lot of stuff, like with your neighbors and stuff. I slept through a storm on the cruise I was on.
Hell yeah.
Slept fully through it. My grandma, because I was sharing a room with my grandma. My grandma woke up. My mum woke up. So they ended up going for a cup of tea together. And my mum was like, "Oh, is Alice all right?" And my grandma was like, "Yeah, she's snoring."
Yeah,
my mum was like, "She could bloody sleep through a blooming hurricane." That woman.
You would be completely fine in tornado country, my love. You would be the type of person to just completely sleep through a tornado, all of the warnings and everything, and then you wake up and your house is gone, and you're like, huh. Weird.
I'm sure I used to have a roof.
No, that actually happened to one of my friends. Is he was like sleeping. He was like, I want to say he was like a kid, like 4 or 5, and he was a really solid sleeper. And there had been a tornado coming through, and so his mom grabbed him and like hid in the closet with him and everything. And he woke up at some point and came out of the closet, and half of their roof was missing.
Oh, dang.
He was like, what happened?
That'd be me.
Yeah, you'd be fine.
Huh? What happened? Well, we're getting upon that time.
Okay.
Well, I think it's about time to wrap up. So, this has been Underqualified and Over It.
You made it this far. That's on you.
We'll catch you next time. Bye.
Bye.